Okay guys, I got on this side of the fence, of the old fence. I actually just pushed some of those posts down. As you can see, I got on this side of the old fence there. It's got to be ripped out of here, but that gives you a better idea. I'm coming back down the hill on this side of where I'm at, on the back side of this old shed here. Coming down the hill, but there's the old cattle, part of the old, what's left of it anyway. And I gotta rip all this crap out of here. But as honeysuckles grow up on there, and you know, I'm gonna try to leave as much of that possible. Hopefully it'll kind of take back over in a way, because someone told me it's a natural dewormer for goats and sheep. And so I'm hoping I can save some of it. But there is, if you notice that right there, growing up that tree there, that is all briars, thorns, whatever you want to call them, and it's worked its way over to that dead tree there, and it just covers, as you can see right in there, it's kind of greenish looking. That is nothing but briars in there. That's just overgrown in there. So that's going to be a challenge to get all this out of here. But you can see, guys, the mess I got up in here. Again, this is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. I've actually been working. I actually worked quite a bit on it yesterday, on clearing out this section. And if you look back on some of the earlier videos, the first videos, when I first got the property or first started, how overgrown it was back here in this back corner, or well, pretty much the whole property, but this back corner was really, really bad. And there's a broken tree that refuses to die. Damn branches started growing straight up out of it, so it's still living, but it's leaning over, laying on the ground. I'm gonna cut it off, and it's a wild cherry tree, what I was told. And then of course that huge locust tree right there, which I'm gonna drop. And then there's another locust right there, because all those I can use for posts, and I'm going to use them for posts when I start putting all the fencing, corner posts. Because the corner posts right now up here, the wooden ones are like $25, $26, $27. Yeah, come on, I got them right on the property. I might as well use them. The only thing is I have to cut all the thorns off of them, but I got to move it anyway, so I might as well just take advantage of it and use the post. But to give you guys an idea of some of the trash that's in here, and I can't even, look like an old stock tank or something back up under there. But there's old metal up in here, old buckets. There's an old hog feeder that's rusted out and all dented up and bent up. What else? I can get out of here. I can give you guys a little bit more shot. Because I don't think I've actually brought you guys back in here. There's another piece of fence wire that I almost tripped on. That's been knocked down, fell down. That I've got jerked out. That's part of an old bed spring. What else? That's more old metal. Tangled up in there. Looks like old stock tank. Been up stock tank. But there's some old cedar posts, old fencing. Yeah, there's old fencing right in there that ran up to that stock tank. But anyway, guys, that's parts of toilets back here, and I've cleaned up quite a bit of this. This is one of my piles. I started with some of the old wood and stuff that I'm going to burn. You can see the tractor marks where I've been back here pushing and pulling, and still got quite a bit of work to do. I want to try to get as much of it done here now. When it's everything dead is dead. And but there's glass. I mean, there's all kinds of crap back here. There's actually an old part of a milking machine back here. The things that go on the teats. Don't know what you call them, but anyway, that's parts of it back here. And actually right there. So apparently somebody had a cow back here, or milked a cow or something at one time. But yeah, there's glass, and there's parts of lawnmowers. Huh. Actually feels like aluminum. But it's got a hole in the bottom of it, and the handle's broke. It looked like it had a wooden handle. or something. Perfection Cookware. Okay. Anyway, there's old chairs. Like I said, there's just all, and I've been separating the metal out. And then anything that'll burn goes in the burn pile. And then there's this old black pipe. And I was told that he would pump water from out of the pond up there down here to feed the hogs that he had down here. There's an old Pepsi bottle. You don't see them really anymore. But yeah, it's actually running. There's 4 or 5 pieces of it actually. It's all over in there, and that's there. It's running all up in the trough up there, and then it comes back down the other side. Right here, as you can see, what's left of an old fan. There's more fence wire, and there's more fencing right there. Old fencing that's got to come out of there. Again, it's just all tangled up mess up in here. There's more fencing there. An old refrigerator that's probably as old as I am, if not older. But yeah, actually I remember them when I was a young kid. Those type. There's a few old tires up in here. But yeah, there's just all kinds of junk up in here. It's got to be cleared out of here. And there's probably critters living up under this. I see a couple little tunnels. And but anyway, guys, I thought I'd give you an idea. This is where we're going to start working at. We're going to fence off a section at a time. That way we can turn the goats loose in here first. And let the goats actually help us clean this up. And once it's all cleaned up, we can rotate them back and forth from the front of the road to back up here. And they'll have plenty to eat and browse and whatever. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a lot of work, but you know, it's gotta get done, and it'll get done in time. But it's gonna be a big challenge. So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd give you guys an idea of what it looked like up in here and what I'm kind of dealing with. And there's another part of an old bed spring. That's part of that refrigerator there. And you can see the fence there, how it goes across, and then of course the creek, which is on my property here. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and I gotta get over there and put in that metal on that roof there, and cover that hay up. And I'll give you guys another video of it. You can see my trash pile. Well, not trash pile, brush pile is pretty huge. So that's why I started another one over here. As soon as it's a good rainy day or snowy day, which we got a few of those coming, I think. Not pouring rain, but you know, raining enough to where it's not going to cause everything to catch on fire. I'm going to burn these piles and get this cleared up some more. Oh, man, there's some red thorns in here. Alright guys, I'm going to cut this off, and I'll talk to you guys later. And if you like the videos, if you're not already subscribed, just hit the subscribe button and like and share the video. You guys have a great day.